Okay, so I'm back after all from Kolkata, and this is my first live from my home, from where I started playing music and everything that I've learned in my life in music. So yeah, this is my room in Kolkata. I think last last year I had given a small tour of my this thing. I mean, of my room regarding my drum kit that I play and the cymbals and the skins and everything that I use, the sticks, the other percussion instruments that are attached. So yeah, this video is going to be short. I don't know how short it's going to be, but I'm planning to keep it short. So yeah, today we'll be talking about this instrument. You have seen me playing cajons, travel cajons, and bongo for a year, and now this is the time where I'll talk a little bit about the congas. Okay, so I have been telling about congas for the past 1 year now, and I told everyone that I'll be, demonstrating something on the congas someday if I get a chance. So yeah, I have a chance. I did not carry this to Bangalore. I did not carry this to anywhere. I have traveled outside Calcutta. It has always been there in my home, and I have carried it to other venues. So yeah, let us first talk about the congas, from where it has come. Again, the conga drum was developed in Cuba. The roots of this instrument, it goes to West. Again, you have to go through the history of West Africa and slavery and colonization of the Spaniards in Central and South America, making use of the African slaves who brought these drums from West Africa to Cuba, and where it developed for all these years to get this shape as well as the tone that we are going to talk about. Okay, so this drum is used both in Latin American music as well as in Latin jazz, as well as in Latin rock, funk, and other genres as well. You'll find many people using this instrument in Indian music as well, Indian classical music. Now, what I have always been telling you guys in my previous videos, if you check all the live sessions that I've done for uh, all these past few months, there I have always said that these instruments, they have an authentic way of playing. It's not that you are just going to just sit there and you'll just play with your fingers only, and maybe use the edge with your using your finger, you just slap the edges to get a stiff sound. That doesn't happen every time. So this instrument has a unique way of playing. It has different parts again. So yeah, this drum which I have, see, I'm a right hand player, so I have this high pitched drum on my left and the low pitched drum on my right. So when I talk about this left hand drum, this is called a tumba, Thumba, or sometimes people also write it as Tumba. Okay, so this is the high pitched drum, and this is the low pitched drum. This is also called the bass or bajo in Spanish, Bajo, bajo in Spanish, or at times people call it as a conga or a super conga, depending upon its size. So this is a tumba or a tumbadora. This is a super conga or super tumba, whatever you say. So this is basically the bass, and on the left hand side we have another drum which is also known as the quinto, which is another higher pitch drum. I don't have that, I don't play that, but yes, I'm planning again to buy maybe next year probably. So yeah, my drum specification, what I have here is probably around approximately around 12 inches on the tumba and 13 and a half inches on the tumba, on the bass, on the bajo or the bass that we have the. So this whole set is called a conga, and the player conga is called a conguero in Spanish. So if you listen to, for beginners, you can listen to Carlos Santana, again the most iconic Latin rock artist you'll ever find. So if you listen to Carlos Santana, you'll get an idea of how this is used in rock music, as well as the basic ideas of rock music. Of Latin music. But in authentic Latin music, if you play salsa, danzon or maybe cha 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 or anything, you'll find that this instrument has its unique way of playing, and again, it is dependent upon the clave. Okay, every single instrument that we play is dependent on the clave. Without clave, Latin music doesn't exist. Okay, clave is like the basic pulse. So today I'll be demonstrating the first and the most basic conga tone or the conga rhythm that we talk, that is called the tumbao. Okay, that is called the tumbao. So what we do here, we don't have sticks to play and we don't imitate or emulate any drum sound. Okay, we are not supposed to do that. We will not emulate or not put any drum sound anywhere. You will not play it like drums like this. Don't play it like this. In India, you'll find that in most Bollywood music or the Bollywood percussionists who are there, they mostly play this like this, using their fingers and their left hand, while tapping, and they use this only the fingers to play the edge of the instrument. Don't play it like this. Never play it like this unless you are giving any, basic. Uh, if you are trying to put in some basic other tones or other undertones or overtones while playing the groove, that you can use, but please do not play the grooves like this. The grooves are not played like this. So what we do here is we use the heel of our palm, which is this part, okay, we use it for the deeper bass, and then we use the tip of our fingers to give a lighter bass, which is also known as the tip. So this is heel, tip. And we do it with both our hands. So this is like the basic exercise. Like this, you can play single strokes, you can play double strokes like this. You can play it like this and you can create grooves. So you can do all these things. Then there is something known as the close slap, where you keep your left hand generally, make a pocket in your hand, which is pretty difficult to show here right now. But you make a pocket like structure in your hand, and you take out a popping sound from the edge of the conga like this. Okay, I'm not hitting it very hard. I'm just using that air between my palm and my skin of the conga to take out that popping sound. So you can play it like this. Now there is something also known as the open tone, which sounds very open, edge of the conga to play the sound, and then there you have the open slap. You play the same slap played here like this, but without the help of your left hand. You just play it like this. Okay, you just play it like this. So what you do is, when you are playing the conga, please make sure. I think there is some problem. I think somebody wrote something, but I don't know what this person has written. Oe você me entende. Okay, let me check what this is. Okay. Thank you. I thank you for understanding what my what you're saying in my video. Thank you very much. So yeah, what I would like to tell you is that when you are saying this, I mean when you are playing this, so you play two types of slaps. One is the close slap and one is the open slap. See, there is a very thin line of difference between these two. So it's better if you use your earphones or headphones if you have, please use it for better understanding of the sounds. So this drum that we have here, we generally play the open tones only, unless you are soloing like this. If you solo like this or if you play licks like this, then only you will get to know. But yeah, the first rhythm that we know or we learn in Latin music is the tumbao, where we use the heel of our hand, the tip of our hand, and we use slaps and open tones, which is basically this. See, heel, tip, slap, tip, heel, tip, open, open. This is the basic thing. Now this tumbao can be extended using well. So you include that heel tip, slap tip, and heel tip, open, open, that sound. We use more. See, these are hand drums. Okay, these are hand drums, and they are generally played with what should I say? They are played by imitating sounds. Okay, we count. Of course, we count when we play music. They are all based on either 4/4 or 6/8 or 3/4, whatever rhythms you are playing. So they are based on the pulse of the clave as well. But these drums are also, they are played while when you are dictating the sound or when you are reciting the sound on your mouth, and you imitate that same sound here. Like we use hiki paki or hiki paki, hika kuku, like this type of sound. Like heel tip, slap tip, heel tip, open, open, we use hiki paki, hiki kuku, like this we use. Heel tip, slap tip, heel tip, open, open, heel tip, slap tip, heel tip, open, open, heel tip, slap tip, heel tip, open, open, hiki paki, hiki paki, hika kuku. Like this we also emulate the sound, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you can do things like this. Like you can play the same thing by interpreting the same music in 3 different ways. Okay, so this is how we do Latin music. This is how we are supposed to learn Latin music, in 3 different ways. That is why Latin music is a very vast genre where you have different types of sub genres under it, and it has a lot to offer. Okay, it has a lot to offer because every country in South and Central America, they have their own contributions. The slaves from, the countries from which the slaves came there, even they have contributed in the Latin music. Okay, so their contribution is immense. So yeah, we are going to do today again the basic tumbao pattern. Extend. Yeah, like this. So you just play like this. I just got a bit distracted with this views and all. So I think only one person has joined. Doesn't matter. Let me play my own thing. So yeah, when you are playing this, you need to focus on the sound. You need to focus on the things that you want to play, recite it in your mind, what you are going to play like this. Yeah, this is how you can play the conga. You can use the tumbao and the extension of tumbao, which is also known as the clave rhythm. Okay, which is again based on those 3-2 and 2-3 rhythms. Three two, or else it is based on 2-3. Yeah, this is how you play the tumbao rhythm, the clave rhythm, and these things are played mainly. This rhythm, what I played, these two types of rhythms, they are generally played in Latin rock, salsa. Then they are played. At times they are played in jazz also. If you check some old jazz bands, the big bands that they had, they used a conga player in the band as a percussionist, as a separate uh, rhythm section. The percussionist, the drummer, or I mean the conga player, the drummer, and the bass guitarist or the bass player who used to play the upright bass in the jazz bands. They used to they used to lock with each other. Later in the 70s, if you start checking players like Jaco Pastorius, or maybe if you start checking Jaco Pastorius's band, The Weather Report, then if you check Carlos Santana, then if you check probably I'm getting the name, Steely Dan and all, if you check them, you'll find that they have used a lot of percussions. Okay, it's not just based with drums only. Okay, so maybe someday I'll again demonstrate some other rhythms also on congas as well as on the drums on how to play this. If I get time, because I have only 10 more days around. I mean, I have 10 more days in my hand before I leave for Bangalore again. I won't get the congas and the drums over there. I'll try to do a few more lives if it is possible in the upcoming days. But yes, this is how you start playing the basic tumbao pattern, the basic conga pattern, and the basic uh, salsa pattern. Okay, now if you go to cha cha cha, which is again a sister rhythm of the salsa, you'll find that cha cha cha, it has similar pattern, but the the rhythm is a bit spaced out. It's not very busy like the salsa or the tumbao pattern that we did like this. It's not like this. The salsa pattern that I have played here, the salsa tumbao or the salsa clave rhythm that I have played here, it is a bit busier compared to cha cha cha, which is like this. Again, I'm playing the salsa rhythm. Now, when it comes to the cha 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 rhythm, it is like this. over here we used to play two open slaps or two open tones, not slaps, open tones in salsa. But here we are playing only one open tone and one closed tone, one closed slap like this, and that was. This is the difference between the first part. Now the second part, when it comes, this was the last part, and this one, see, it's more spaced out. So salsa and cha-cha-cha, they are very close to each other. The proximity is very close to each other, but they are again very different. Okay, the rhythm section is completely different. They both are both the rhythms are again dependent on 2/3 or 3/2 clave, but the playing pattern on the congas especially and the timbales, they are very different from each other. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if you play salsa and cha-cha-cha rhythms one by one, you'll see the difference, you'll understand the difference. You need to listen to a lot of music. Okay, you need to listen to a lot of music, you need to listen to a lot of Latin American artists. Okay, so these things you can do, and once you get hold of these little intricacies and little differences, then you'll find that Latin music is quite fun. Okay, it's not just fun, but it requires a lot of deep insight to play the music. It's not that you are just sitting there and playing something. See, if you play a conga or a bongo or anything, you are playing with your hand. You are not playing with a stick. Okay, these hand percussions, the handheld percussions, they are closer to your heart, which my teacher tells as well. Okay, my teacher says this very often, that because you're playing this with your open hands, you're not using any other medium like a stick or maybe a rod or something to play the instrument. That is why these instruments, they become closer to your heart and they become a talking drum. So what you talk, you play this. Okay, it's like more like Indian classical music as well. In Indian classical music, the bowls that you recite, those bowls you can play on tabla, dholak, mridangam and all. You recite the bowl and you play that. Right. So Latin music is also very similar to Indian classical music in that way. Okay, but yeah, playing is again very different from each other. Their enrichment is different, their background is different, and everything is different. Okay, but there are some similarities. The counts, the rhythms, they somewhere meet. Okay, so if you talk of the basic rhythm, what you learn as a first, I mean, when you learn your congas for the first time, these are the things that you learn for the first time. Okay, which is basically the tumbao pattern, the clave pattern, or the salsa rhythm of salsa tumbao. Then you learn the cha-cha. Then you might learn danzon. You remember, if you remember danzon, which I have played live a few months back, you might go and check that. You might like that video as well, which is somewhat like this. Somewhat like this. So yeah, that will be a separate video, but today my major concern is to again show you the three different rhythms that we learn. First is the tumbao pattern, which is only on the single conga, on the single head, which is extended version. Cha-cha. Back. First. Yeah, this is how you basically play. So yeah, this is what we will talk about today. The bongos and the timbales will also lock in. I don't have my bongo. I kept it in Bangalore because traveling with my other luggages and all, it would be a bit difficult task for me, because That's why I did not carry my bongo. I have an old bongo. Otherwise, I would have shown the two rhythms with each other and how they lock. But my bongo that I have here is in a. Till last year it was fine, but after 1 year I came home and I checked my bongos are not in a good condition to play right now. But yeah, again, see you soon when we meet again. What rhythms can we talk about? Till then, take care. Goodbye.